Watch what Mel Gibson says to Vince Vaughn. His knee is jacked up, and he says, "Oh, okay, you'll see."
Kal-El is actually Superman's name, and that comes from a word in Hebrew that's used in association with Nimrod, who became a Gibborim-like giant in Genesis 10, and that word is Kal-El.
Ever since CERN shut down on June 29th, 2026, shit has not been the same. Tell me I'm not tripping.
This is going to be a little hard to believe, but this video was released by the Vatican. Supposedly, somebody got this video, and this is a video of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ from a time traveler.
Was broken from a young age, soak into the oh.
Welcome back to the Wizard's Fish. So some of you newer subscribers have been asking about how I came up with the channel name. I have mentioned this back in an earlier video, but I'll mention it again for you guys so you don't have to go searching for it. Back in about 2016, I was working at a place, and one of my female coworkers on her lunch break went to buy some perfume. And when she came back, she asked me how it smelt, and I told her that she smelled like a wizard's fish. There was no particular reason. It was a good smelling perfume. It was just the first thing that popped into my head. We both had a laugh, and that was it. But it always kind of stuck with me. And then when I was coming up with channel names, I picked a few different ones, but nothing really felt right. And then I was kind of struggling over the whole thing. And Wizard's Fish just popped back in my head. And it seemed to be kind of fitting to a bunch of different things for different reasons. But yeah, I just came up with it. And then through trial and error with AI, I put in a bunch of prompts and kept altering things. And eventually came up with the logo. People seem to like it. I seem to like it. So I just kind of went with it. But yeah, it's not too crazy of a story, but that's the story. And if you haven't already, be sure to go back and check out the older videos. Chances are majority of the clips you have not seen yet on any other channel. So most of that information is still relevant currently, so I definitely recommend checking it out. But other than that, we will jump into things as usual. So viewer discretion is advised, and everything that you see in here is for entertainment purposes only. And I just forgot, on the Wizard's Fishbowl, I just uploaded a video that is currently being held for 24-hour inspection. It seems to be a trend lately with my last few videos. But yeah, I uploaded a video on the invert investigation, if you catch my drift, on a few different celebrities. There's Justin Bieber, Russell Brand, and Cameron Diaz. I just kind of quickly whipped it together. Still trying to come up with a good format on how to go about this, but with my limited time, I just pretty much wing it. So it is what it is, but you should definitely check it out, and we will get into this video.
Yeah, my wife just got more pictures of the sky than you do your children. I'm like, yeah, well, look at the sky. Look what it's doing.
Right. Like, what the heck?
It says it, man. The signs will be in the heavens, right?
What is going on?
This place is notorious for this kind of stuff, dude.
Those kind of remind me, I don't know what they're called. I think they're in the ocean. I'm pretty sure, yeah, in oceans, not in lakes. But they're like some sort of fish life. They're very like flat, and they usually like, they flap their sides and they burrow down into the sand. It kind of reminds me of those things.
A few weeks ago, there was
Yeah, Yeah, that shouldn't be allowed.
Находим. Что-то запаяно или заклеено. Ага, значит уже неладно. Аккуратно скрываем. Смотрим. Вроде две стандартные шоколадки. Но вот с этой что-то не то. Тихонечку скрываем. И находим вот такую вот ситуацию. Смотри. Электродетонатор.
Damn. You definitely don't want to bite into that chocolate.
С батареечкой. Соответственно, при укусе, при нажатии осуществляется соприкосновение электродетонатора, происходит хлопок. У тебя отрывает либо челюсть, либо кисть. Так что будь внимательный и ничего лишнего не бери.
Donald Trump is about to fake his own death, or Israel is about to do it. So, Donald Trump just left instructions on what we should do after he gets assassinated by Iran.
In the movie trailer that he's talking about filming for the upcoming future, for entertainment purposes, nothing realistic whatsoever. It's all fiction.
Is insane because it hasn't happened. But do you know what happens when Netanyahu sees something like this? Seriously, think about this for a second. If you were Netanyahu, this genocidal warmonger, and you see that if one guy dies, all your dreams come true, what would you do? This has created a very dangerous situation because it's already putting in people's heads that if he gets assassinated, it was Iran's fault, which is pretty wild because Trump has many enemies outside of Iran. But we can also take this and put it in a different direction. Say Trump fakes this whole scenario, fakes his death, and then disappears. He won, gets to get away with everything. Of all the chaos and all the destruction that he caused, he gets to slip away, get facial reconstruction surgery, and live happily ever after and go hide. His entire family can be new people with new faces almost overnight.
Or this is just a theory of mine. There's no factual evidence of this. It's just an opinion and a theory. But what if Trump does get, you know what I mean? And then, like it says about the Antichrist, that he will come back to life and perform miracles. I'm not saying that that's who Trump is, but I'm saying that if that does happen, that would be a good indicator, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, about the movie that he's talking about, that they are currently deciding to film.
That he can try to pretend to go down as a hero. He sat there and looked and saw what happened in Iran. He saw what happened when their leadership died and how everyone reacted. And in his narcissistic mind, he thinks people are going to treat him the exact same way. And whenever I saw these articles come out about how Trump left these instructions saying to obliterate Iran if he gets assassinated, my stomach will not let me assume anything else. It is burning a hole in my soul right now. Everything is telling me this is what's going to happen. Either Netanyahu's going to do it or he's going to do it and fake it and disappear. This is not a good situation. Now, I pray I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. But if I am right on this, this is going to be terrible. This is giving Netanyahu his green light to cause the war he really wants.
Boy hears a strange noise behind his mom at the pool, instantly screams for her to run after seeing what's coming. You see this shocking home security footage from Alpharetta, Georgia, shows a mother relaxing on a lounge chair beside the pool while watching her two young sons splash around nearby. At first, everything seems completely normal. The boys are laughing, the water is calm, and the mother quietly reads her book under the trees. But then, a loud, cracking sound echoes through the backyard. The mother barely reacts, but one of her sons instantly realizes the horrifying truth. A massive tree is falling directly toward her, and without hesitation, in a voice filled with panic, he screams, "Run, Mom!" What happened next all unfolded in seconds. The woman immediately jumps from her chair and sprints away just before the enormous tree comes crashing down onto the exact spot where
That was
she had been sitting
close.
moments earlier. For a moment, nobody can believe what just happened. One of the boys quickly asks if his mom is okay, while she stands there in shock and yells, "Oh my God! Holy crap! I almost died." And honestly, she probably did.
A second
But
later,
thanks to her son's quick warning and her fast reaction, they likely saved her life.
that's awesome.
While the exact cause of the collapse remains unclear, reports say heavy rainfall in the area may have weakened the tree over time.
Why the hell does nobody talk about the one airport in America you should never zoom in on? Forget Canada versus USA. This is the single location Americans pretend is just an airport until you zoom. Denver International Airport, the most expensive airport in U.S. history, and the weirdest object you'll ever see on Google Earth. Underground tunnels nobody has explained, symbols Americans swear are just art, and that demon horse blue Mustang that literally killed its own sculptor. Here's the creepiest part almost nobody talks about. There's a giant granite slab engraved in Latin that says New World Airport Commission, a organization that literally doesn't exist. Some say it's a secret base, others say it's HQ for what's coming. And the wildest theory, there are entire underground complexes still being built, and nobody knows why. Americans call it a conspiracy, but if that's true, why the hell did this airport cost enough to build an entire new city? Think Area 51 is scary? Wait until you see what Denver is hiding. Follow for the next location Americans really don't want you to zoom in on.
There you go, folks, to make sure everyone understands and gets a good look at this. That's concrete, got rebarb inside of it. It's cut across by our government. Our own government has done this. And now I'm going to show you there's one there, there's another opening over there, there's more wall over there.
Illegals that have now crossed through the border today.
Look over to your right.
And there's a whole big camp out here. Full of them.
You want to stop right here to get a better picture of all that.
Illegal crossers through our ranch. Of approximately 100 trails traversing our ranch, we have only 5 cameras. So these video images are a small sample of the persons entering through our ranch. Since January 2021, these cameras have recorded 3,050 images of unlawful border crossers. My testimony today hopefully can be given on a thumb drive to each congressman for the record. It's hard evidence. These filmed border crossers, as you can see, are wearing camouflage clothes, carpet shoes, and have almost identical backpacks. This is in stark contrast.
They always cut out. They're everywhere. I wish more Christian channels talked about this, but unfortunately, a lot of people just can't see it.
This man ran a dark web red room where he would castrate people live. He also sometimes would eat what he cut off. That's how he got this nickname, and this story is completely disgusting. This is Marius Gustafsson, and he had a mental disorder where he was only content with his body after he had mutilated it. He amputated his leg and then had a friend castrate him, all while he live streamed it on his website, Eunuch Maker.
In the movie that he's talking about, that's for entertainment purposes and completely fictional. Albert G. Rhythm.
Before long, he was performing this operation on tons of different willing individuals while live streaming it to his website. Apparently, there is a market for this kind of thing because the website had 10 to 20,000 visitors a day. It was said Marius would manipulate a lot of young men into performing the surgeries on them, and one time he took out one's put them in a salad, and then ate them. He also admitted to doing this to an 8-year-old and then essaying him afterwards. The entire operation was very unsanitary. He would hardly clean the tools, and he would use things like this that were meant to be used on livestock. Reportedly, a lot of the men had to go to a hospital after because of all the infections they got. This only stopped because one of the people he operated on ended up having second thoughts and then went to the police and told them everything.
This movie sounds pretty nuts.
They ended up arresting Marius and multiple other people who helped him. Marius was given a life sentence with a minimum of 22 years.
What's your Isn't there only one? Gay?
Thank goodness no.
I like men. That's my. I like men and boys.
Really? I'm just speechless. I just love the world.
Oh, Death
Okay, I'm gay. I'm happily gay.
Guys, you want to see a fashion show?
Oh, yeah! You could lead a parade!
That's the same man that were just talking in the previous clip.
Okay, I'm gonna go get changed.
Let's see what you got, kid. Oh!
This is not okay in my opinion.
Elegant.
So this is literally grooming happening right in front of our eyes. And a lot of people refuse to believe that this is happening within the woke LGBTQIA plus agenda. And so honestly, we need to pray against things like this. This is evil. It's demonic. Why is a little boy dancing around in front of gay men that say, I like men and boys? Like that's literally grooming. He was dancing in front of a room of predators. And if you're okay with this, then there's something wrong with you. All those men honestly should be arrested. They should be in jail because this is not okay.
This is going to be a little hard to believe, but this video was released by the Vatican. Supposedly somebody got this video, and this is a video of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ from a time traveler. Funny, they just turned off the CERN machine. I think that would be the most significant thing to travel and see.
I'm wondering if this came from the chronovisor.
If you could time travel, that would be the most significant thing to see for me. I want to see. I'll probably change the course of history, but I want to see. But I don't know. I don't know. Don't get mad at me, please. But I don't know.
Could your Bluetooth vibration plate be listening to you? And why do I say that? Because a man that owns a stand-on vibration plate that has Bluetooth connection was in bed sleeping, and around 1 o'clock in the morning, he heard the thing say, Bluetooth connected. He then proceeded to look at his phone and realized that he was not connected to the Bluetooth plate. He then started to hear people talking and voices coming out of his Bluetooth plate. Have a listen to this for yourself.
I just experienced one of the craziest technology glitches that I have ever heard of. This is a vibration plate. You stand on it and it vibrates and it has Bluetooth. I wake up at 1 a.m. to this thing saying Bluetooth device connected. And I look at my phone. My Bluetooth is not on, so I don't know who's connected to it. But I was like, yeah, sometimes random people can connect to your device. That's normal. But what I heard was not normal. This was not music. This was not a phone call. I heard two people talking to each other in the same room next to their phone. Like, I could tell that this wasn't a phone call, and the phone was sitting down, and they were talking, and I could hear them both.
So basically, someone else's phone connected to his vibration plate via the Bluetooth. And it started to pick up the conversation of two individuals in the same room. Not a phone call like he said. He then went on to record it because it happened again. Have a listen to what he captured on video. Listen.
See, you can hear the people. I hate bitches like this. Take my leg back. See? There's multiple people having a conversation and I'm hearing it through their phone.
So if his vibration plate is picking up a conversation via the Bluetooth connection, Who else is listening in on that conversation as well? Just another thing to keep in the back of your mind, that Bluetooth devices can connect to other Bluetooth devices, especially if there's no passcode. And people can actually hear what you're saying. Scary, isn't it? So one thing you should do is either turn off your Bluetooth setting on that device or disconnect it from the wall completely. Because now you can see that privacy is no longer private. He was actually listening to other people talk that were nowhere near his home. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
I don't feel comfortable with this.
I'm just asking what rights.
Yeah.
Because you say trans rights, but what rights are they being stripped of?
Their identity. They're not able to identify with their gender.
That's illegal now?
Yes.
It is not illegal.
Okay, I'm done. We're done.
If a man said that he was a woman, that's not illegal. Are you coming back?
Yes, question. Could you delete their portion? They just asked if you would do that for them, please.
I'm probably not going to do that. If she wants to come back and clarify and have a conversation, we can do that.
I think she just felt threatened by your
How was I
question.
threatening her?
Well, no, it's just, they're challenged. Trust me.
Mentally challenged.
For a man that my daughter's gay, I worry about my kids. And so I wish you would. It's unfortunate. I feel kind of maybe they were a little bit, you blindsided them.
All I asked was what trans rights are being taken.
I know, but
Because when you ask questions that they know they can't answer because they'll sound silly, they get all upset. So you're just so expected to go along with whatever they say because it makes them feel good, even though they know themselves that it's not right.
saying, can you please stop that? Look at that right there.
Hi, buddy.
Oh my
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now...
No! Back away! Don't go on people's cars!
Since we call 911.
Well, we're going to have to get him out of here somehow.
That's big.
Have to too, unless they get the gang commission to come in and tranquilize him.
Oh, he's like in your car, bro.
No, there's so much I need that thing. God damn it.
Oh my god, he's breaking. Is there no way for him? Oh, he's coming back out. He's coming out! He's coming out! Oh,
What's in there? Oh, the peanuts. Oh my god, he grabbed the peanuts and he closed the door. Oh!
Hey, buddy. You can't park there. Dude, go. Go.
Oh crap. Oh, it's so big.
Kal-El is actually Superman's name, and that comes from a word in Hebrew that's used in association with Nimrod, who became a Gibborim-like giant in Genesis 10, and that word is Kal-El. Again, you can't make this stuff up. The coincidences are impossible. Then they put this snake-like S on there after the Seraphim Watchers.
Wow. That's what the S
unbelievable. Yes.
Oh my
yes.
gosh, I've never even gone down this rabbit hole.
Well, El was a Uraeus god, just as Baal was, just as Osiris was, just as Zeus was. A Uraeus, U-R-E-U-S, is depicted as this flying serpent-winged god. A seraphim angel, as it's defined biblically, that has 6 wings and a serpent's face.
You're telling me Superman wasn't just created out of someone's imagination for comic books. This was deliberate.
Nothing. Of course, it was deliberate. Even
it's all deliberate.
All of it is
crazy.
Marvel Comics took their name from Second Enoch, where the giants are called the Marvelous Ones.
This is getting interesting. This is what I'm talking about right
So
here.
now I talked about a family of giants in the Popol Vuh, which is the holy book of the Kishimaya, and they have a separate branch called the House of Camazotz, C-A-M-Z-O-T-Z. If you Google that, you're going to get up Batman's outfit.
Interesting.
I guarantee it.
Hold on, I'm bringing up this just for a second, just so people can see. Like, this is all engineered. This is all very strategic, right? These movies.
Yeah, all the superheroes are reflecting giants of the past.
I was broken from a young age, taking my soak into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took me, shook me, feeling me, singing from
Is that white under his nose? Or is that sweat?
message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the. Hey, you made me a believer, believer.
Small hands.
Oh no, they're gonna get hit. Oh, stay in this lane.
I'd do the same thing.
Go, go, go. Oh my god.
This is a nightmare.
This is so terrible.
I hope he helps him cross the other side. Oh, no, 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 no.
This dog stop.
Oh, respect to this guy. That's awesome.
Babe! Oh my god, that was so scary. I thought I was gonna watch someone get murdered. Daddy ducked in like that.
Did you think it was crazy to think these buildings were all bigger than you can see? Did you think they were just AI generated? Are you ready to have your mind blown? Call it what you want. Being at the right place at the right time? I don't believe in coincidences. We are being shown the truth, in my opinion. Are you ready to see something today that you can't find in a textbook? We will be getting to the Illinois State Capitol building today, so get ready. So today, I'm taking a trip to a lot of places. We're going to be checking out some crazy stuff. Buildings that have wild stories, architecture that does not fit the mainstream timeline, and as always, a lot more. Let's begin with the Streeter Public Library, where we are told the construction began in 1902, and it just popped up January 31st, 1903, which again, we've definitely proven that in episode 41, using artificial intelligence, that this is logistically impossible, and now they are currently restoring it. At this point, restoration, in my eyes, means destruction and removal, especially when the landing in front of the murals are blocked off to the public, and the front entrance is closed to the general public. Let's set the tone for this episode. The murals have never been cleaned since they were supposedly installed in 1905. And here we go. And severe smoke damage occurred to the murals in 1945 when the library had a fire in the boiler room. All right, so we get the nod. We have a hidden restoration process by our incredibly advanced society. Joking, of course. And can we just look at this AI-generated name for a second? This is right in your face kind of stuff. What is the guy's name that supposedly painted the murals? I'm not even going to say it, because if I do, well, you know what it would say. Once you have eyes to see, this kind of stuff just honestly is so in your face and childish. And we all know about how these incredible architects, painters, supervisors, and the rest are killed off immediately after the job is done, or right in the middle of it. So let's take a look at this together. The murals were done in 1905. What year do you think this guy dies in? Well, let's take a closer look. The project is done in 1905, and he's dead in 1905 in New York City? Interesting. Now, of course, they care so much about our society that they will close the library down and paint over things that the public should not be seeing. Okay, so we have a very interesting story here, and I want to continue to our next building.
I wanted to hear more about that. It's always the best clips that cut off early.
I don't think there's any apartments around here, I can tell you that.
There are moments in life that reveal who we are. For 14-year-old Royal Cothran, it happened on a bike ride in Gilbert back in June.
Yeah, I could look it up on my phone if you want me to.
With temperatures soaring above 100 degrees, he came across a woman who was lost, confused, and struggling in the heat. And without hesitation, he stopped.
I don't even know. She just looked like something was wrong. So I started talking to her.
That woman was Teresa Morgan, a beloved mother recently diagnosed with dementia. After becoming disoriented, she unknowingly wandered miles from home after visiting a nearby grocery store. And Royal became the lifeline she didn't know she needed.
I knew it was hot. She was sweating.
Instead of riding off, Royal stayed by her side, getting her to shade, and was able to get Teresa to remember her son Jeff's phone number.
Maybe we can try to call him on my phone.
This kid was definitely raised right. Respect to him and his parents.
It's incredible, really, what he did.
Jeff says Royal explained the situation, racing over minutes later before the Gilbert Fire Department arrived on scene, telling me what Royal did wasn't just helpful, it was life-saving.
Just so lucky, so fortunate that he ran across her and he cared enough to stay with her and to take care of her.
His mom says she's proud, but not surprised. Helping people has always been part of who her son is.
Super proud. Obviously, he was calm, he was compassionate.
The outcome would have been much, much worse had he not dealt with the kid.
Soon Royal will be honored by the Gilbert Fire Department and the Air National Guard. But the family he helped says he'll always have another title too, hero.
So this woman, she's shopping, she's looking for an item, but this man behind her, he's trying to play it off, and he crouches down and take a picture of her.
Best way to handle men like this. The guy, Thomas Elliott, had been following the woman filming around Target, and she got suspicious, so decided to film him.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
Reaper.
No, I just saw you put that underneath her dress. Absolutely you did.
No, ma'am, I really wasn't.
You absolutely did.
Ma'am, I really wasn't. I promise.
Then show me your phone.
I really promise I wasn't
No.
trying to do anything inappropriate.
Uh-uh.
I wasn't. I really wasn't. I'm not like that.
Obviously you are. I literally have it on video.
So next time a man stalks or harasses you or another woman, let's normalize following them back and catching them in the act, so they have to now be accountable for their actions.
So Satan picked you to be one of the 10 or however many number, but maximum of 10 high wizards in the world. And from what I understand, these, in terms of on this planet, these are the 10 most powerful people on Earth, right? Pretty much.
Magically speaking, yes. And, you know, these guys are sought after by everyone. Actors, rock stars, kings, queens, presidents, diplomats. Everybody that wants a magic spell and knows that they can get one from somebody that is reputable and it works. I mean, if you really want to spend $200 on a spell on eBay, you can do that if you want to. There's no guarantee that's going to work. You know, our work isn't exactly 100% ironclad. I mean, you may ask for $1 million and get 100,000, but you got something. 100,000 is better than 0 you're going to get on eBay.
And so you become the high wizard, Satan handpicks you, and that's when we get into the Illuminati and Bohemian Grove and Bilderberg Group.
My first month, I was chosen almost on my 21st birthday. And it was a few days later, I found myself in Bohemian Grove. Now, when I heard I was going, I was thinking, I wonder if they're going to take me to a bar that's called the Bohemian Grove.
A top seller on the app Vinted just exposed themselves. A woman messaged a top seller on Vinted, and this is the message she got back. So the woman pretty much asked, where's the payment? The top seller said, confirm in the app or send via bank transfer. And then they said, does that suit you? The woman asked, what exactly am I getting for my money? That is their response. A child. And then they ask, is that what you want? So basically everybody's suspicions about the app Vinted is confirmed. And apparently Vinted is mad at this woman for exposing these messages. And
this is all just allegedly and for entertainment purposes.
trying to mass report her. It's not going to stop, y'all. They're just finding more apps and websites just like Wayfair, just like Vinted, to keep doing this stuff on. All we can do as normal people is try to expose what's going on. Stay weird.
It's always the ones you most expect.
You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked? Funny, just this once, you're correct. We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice.
Wait for it.
We're coming for them. We're coming for your children.
Rubber 6. Going dog.
Keep degenerates away from kids. Look, it's not that every sodomite is going to be a child abuser, but in my experience, and I have had many, many conversations with many, many degenerates and formerly degenerate people who have repented, turned to Christ, and come out of that. All of them tell me the same thing. They were SA'd as a child by a sodomite. That's how they reproduce. When they tell you they're coming for their children, believe them. This is why we absolutely must completely eradicate the LGBT ideology from public life entirely. No quarter. We will give no quarter. Christ is king. And we are going to destroy and dismantle that ideology.
Nobody was harmed in the making of this video.
Тачка, чё? Тачка. Тихо! Ебать, ему в лоб, а ты мне команду прострелил.
I just had a witch stop me that tried to give me advice after saying that I was pretty. And she was like, I have a message for you. I said, oh, well, love, what's going on? And she was like, have you ever done any readings? I said, no, I don't do that. And she tried to cut me off and she was like, no, like, you're pretty. You just have something about you. Like, you need to know. I was like, I said, actually, I do have a message for you. And she immediately was feeling the energy. She knew. She felt the presence of the Lord. She was like, no, basically get away from me. She went from having a completely sweet, inviting voice to completely hostile, like in a millisecond. Once she felt where I was coming from, when she felt the presence of God and conviction, she was like, oh no, get that away from me. And I stood there like, no, devil, I'm not afraid of you. And she got on her phone and she was like, have a good day. I kid you not. She immediately went from hi to get away from me. I'm not kidding. She was immediately upset. I was like, you know what? Honestly, I will have a good day. But you know what I'm going to tell you? That the Lord wants you to come out of this because it's going to lead you down the road of destruction. And she was looking away from me on her phone. She was like, I'm good. I already go to church. I never said I didn't believe in God. And I was like, that's fine. But I was just trying to tell you that this will lead you down a road of destruction. And the Lord loves you a lot. He wants you to come out of this, honestly. And that's the message I have for you. She's like, have a good day. I said, wow. I was like, okay, I will. I said, but just remember what I told you. I was like, okay, bye. Just remember. Because she's going to remember one day this message that I told her. I didn't think I was going to have a message for somebody in the occult today or who's a witch or whatever. But I didn't let the enemy scare me because at first I immediately want to walk away. When she approached me just from sitting down, with that sort of energy sitting next to that demonic sign, I was immediately going to walk away and say, oh, no, I'm good. But I felt like the Lord had a message for me to give her. And I'm just going to tell you that there's going to be a lot of you like this in the same predicament. Don't let the enemy scare you out of it. Sometimes the Lord wants you to speak to people, even if it seems odd or scary. And a lot of people who don't believe in God have a message for you. So why don't you give a message from the Lord to them? Honestly, simple as that. But it was so crazy how immediately she turned angry. She didn't want to hear what I had to say, but she had a message for me. Interesting. But I was like, no, I got a message for you, love. And honestly, I said what I said with love. And I told her, I said, I'm saying this with love. The Lord has this message for you to come out. Hopefully that message touches her. You never know what it could do. Just planting a seed is all that matters. I don't care how she felt, even if she was upset. I didn't walk away upset, mad, screaming, and angry at her. That's not the point. It's not the point to see who's more right and who could be the loudest or the more angriest. It's about getting a message across that actually plants a seed to grow and to actually lead someone in the direction of God. So that was that. Crazy. We got to start standing up to the enemy and speaking back at him.
Yo, you have to watch this.
Tell me why Colorado passed a bill to ban AI child porn and 17 Republicans voted no, bro.
Here's all their names. Screenshot that. There you go. You're welcome.
Hey, check this out. This was from the Argentina game, and a lot of people have noticed that this logo looks a lot like the Freemasonic logo. But what's crazy is the Argentinian flag is a picture of a sun. It looks nothing like that on the live TV performance of Argentina playing football. That looks like a completely different logo. I mean, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks a lot more like that than it does a round sun. But hey, completely unrelated, this over here you should check out. It says, the Football Association was formed on the proposal of Ebenezer Cobb Morley at the Freemasons Tavern, which stood on this site. The modern game of football was born on this day, the 26th of October, 1863. Think they might be telling us something with Argentina. Surely not though, right? This must just be pixelation. It's actually just the Argentinian sun. Obviously, this was just for entertainment, beautiful people. It definitely wasn't this logo. I'm as fictional as a dinosaur, baby.
Anybody who's affiliated with the U.S., I hate anybody affiliated with the U.S. Which flag is the most offensive?
Yeah, which one is the most offensive? That's the Iranian regime flag. Do you know what that one is? Soviet Union?
Soviet Union?
Yep.
Yo.
Anybody
who's affiliated with the U.S., I hate anybody affiliated with the U.S.
Are you affiliated with the U.S.? You're affiliated with the U.S.
You're right. I hate that I'm affiliated with the U.S.
Why?
Yo, this is a freaking dictatorship. Trump sucks mad.
Aren't you gay?
I am. How could you tell? You judge a book by its cover? How do you know I was gay?
Because I'm gay and I know gay people.
Okay, the gaydar is going off real strong.
Oh, so she doesn't get mad at that.
I got a lot of learning to do. Teach me something.
In the Iranian regime, women cannot own property, women cannot show their hair, women cannot vote, women cannot hold public office.
Can't be gay.
And if you want to divorce your husband under the Iranian regime, no matter how horrible they are, they get your children. Did anything I just said apply to America?
No.
How is this oppressing you? How are you oppressed right now?
I'm KKK. I'm a...
She's black!
I'm a black woman, a part of the KKK.
And I'm gay!
I'm a gay black woman in America. Gay, black, and a woman.
What can you not do that other people can?
What can I not
legally
do? What can I not do that other people can legally? Is this...
It's okay to admit that you don't know if there's
I
nothing.
don't know.
Because there is nothing. And let me tell you, as a gay woman, a lot of us have been brainwashed to believe that we are oppressed, right? We can get married, we can have kids, we can hold a job. There's nothing a gay woman can't do that a straight woman can. Nothing.
What's your outreach? Like, what are you guys trying to do? Like,
so exactly what we just did is
Like
have
a
a conversation.
We want to make sure that people like you are not believing that they're oppressed.
People like you?
Actually keeps you down.
What is that supposed to mean?
Okay, this couple did not climb the Empire State Building on a 100-degree day wearing masks. Climbing a building requires you to touch the exterior of the building, which is made of aluminum and metal. Have you ever touched aluminum and metal on a 100-degree day with no gloves on? And yeah, the girl wore gloves with no fingertips on them because her nails wouldn't fit inside the gloves. You think you'd be able to climb a building with 1.5-inch fingernails on? You think you'd be able to climb a building wearing giant boots that are barely tied? Look at those boots. That's crazy. You think you can stand 1,500 feet in the air without holding on to something? Do you know how windy it is up there? And the masks. You can't wear a full face mask like that when it's 100 degrees. I don't think you understand. What about her hair? You could see that she had long hair when they were at the top of that thing because it was sticking out. This was the length of her hair when they were supposedly climbing. And look at these pointy ass heels or boots, whatever that is. Do you think you're climbing a building wearing that? Now let's look at their giant 10-foot flag that they also climbed up with. What's going on with these H's? How come this is a lowercase one and then there's capital ones here that also don't really look...
He's pointing out a lot of really good points.
Normal. Look at that. Why is there lowercase and uppercase? Like, look at this R. And then look at this R. It's actually an F. Even if they messed up and put an F instead of an R, it doesn't look anything like this F.
AI?
It's supposed to be an R, but it doesn't look like the other R, and it doesn't even look like the F. How come they look entirely different in every picture that I search of them? How does that look like the same two people? Not touching any of this metal on that hot of a day. You wouldn't even be able to kneel down like this. It would burn the shit out of your knee right through your pants. And look at the flag from this view. What the hell is even that? What is any of this? Look at it. None of that looks normal at all. Looks like AI slop. You think a forward baseball hat is staying on your head at 1,500 feet in the air with a helicopter swirling around you? The wind at the top of this thing would be insane. I'll be walking down the street and there'll be the slightest little gust of wind and my hat flies off every time.
Why did Texas think this would be a good idea?
Okay, I'm in Sulphur Springs, downtown, on the square, and they have these bathrooms. So you can see me, right?
A one-way mirror where a bunch of kids are playing.
Oh, I can see Chris.
Yeah, that's not right at all. That's really messed up.
That's weird.
Really weird.
I can do whatever. I can wave at him, and he doesn't see me.
I guarantee you I know the kind of person that wanted this built.
Everything.
Probably the same kind of person I'm thinking of.
Is that not insane? Wow.
Watch what Mel Gibson says to Vince Vaughn. His knee is jacked up, and he says, "Oh, okay, you'll see."
So people are pointing out that Conor McGregor looked like he was already injured before the fight. In this video, he was just taking off his shoes and he couldn't even stand up on one leg. That could be it, but in my opinion, this looks like a fake fight. The leg kick that he threw, oh yeah, Drake lost $1 million. The leg kick that he threw, he landed perfectly. I didn't see an issue with it. And also, he walks perfectly fine right here. It's like, well, okay, you're not injured there. But look, this is the leg kick. Perfect land. I don't see an issue. So, what do you guys think? Was he injured before? Was it a real injury? Or is it all fake?
Probably fake in my opinion. Oh, it's in the store. Damn. That's going to be expensive.
Voila. Oh shit! Oh shit! Mamy zawsze.
What are we washing the floors for?
Remove it, remove it. It's not gonna work.
Oh shit. Wait till you see the front, that's all.
Oh, he forgot to take the trailer off.
You may want to reconsider sitting next to a window seat the next time you fly. And why do I say that? Because a 61-year-old man was nearly sucked out of this plane window on a flight from Greece to Germany. It all began 6 minutes after the flight took off. Everyone heard a loud bang, and next thing they knew, half of this man's body was sticking out this window. The plane was able to make a landing, and then when they came to inspect the aircraft, they noticed that a part of the engine had ripped off. Now get this part right here. The part of the engine that ripped off flew back and hit the window where the man was sitting. The 61-year-old was then sucked out the window and held by his legs and waist.
That would be terrifying.
Until they got the plane to land safely. And it's just incredible to see. Can you just imagine if it wasn't for the quick thinking of his wife and other passengers, that individual would have been sucked out of that plane and would no longer be with us.
That's nuts.
And luckily for him, the plane was just taking off. It wasn't like 30,000 feet in the air, where he most likely would have not survived hanging outside of a plane window. And luckily for him, he only had neck and shoulder injuries. Thankfully, he definitely had someone looking over him during this flight. So keep it in the back of your mind next time you book your tickets. Do you want to sit by the window? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
If you got giants, they need a lot to eat, don't they? Yeah. Whatever. You know, it's got to maintain its metabolism, so it's got to have a high caloric intake, right? But did you hear what he said? The reason the ligers get so big is because the growth inhibitor gene is, right, it's in the male tiger and the female lion. So when you get the other way around, when you get the male lion and the female tiger, there's no growth inhibitor gene telling it to stop growing.
He spent 20 years pulling that thread. Then he died. The thread didn't. It leads back to a book they cut out of your Bible. It says the sons of heaven took wives from the daughters of men. The children came out wrong. They came out large. And the book says the earth itself filed a complaint that the ground could not carry what walked on it. Every child in Sunday school hears about the flood. Almost no one hears what it was for. The flood was meant to bury that world. In the new world, the ground gave it back. Now look west. Ohio, Wisconsin, West Virginia, farm country, stitched with burial mounds no settler could explain. The men who opened them in the 1800s wrote down what came out. Not folklore, field reports. The Smithsonian's own survey, Mound 1, South Charleston, logged a skeleton at 7 feet 6 inches. The New York Times, May 1912, 18 skeletons lifted from a mound at Lake Delavan, Wisconsin. The paper called their skulls unlike any race on record. Small town front pages printed jawbones that slid over a grown man's face. For 30 years this ran in the morning paper, between the crop prices and the train schedule. Then the reports stopped. The bones went into boxes, and the boxes went quiet. Today the record says, mismeasurement. Bison bones. Hoaxes for the morning edition. Case closed, politely. But one detail survives every debunking. A mound is not a hill. A mound is a burial. Somebody dug that ground. Somebody carried those bodies. Somebody stood over them and walked away smaller. And beneath the corn, beneath the interstate, beneath the sprinklers of 1,000 quiet backyards, patient as sediment, older than the name of the country stacked on top of them, the graves. Moundsville, West Virginia. Mound City, Missouri. Giant City, Illinois. America never lost its giants. It moved in next door.
Hey, do you think the Illuminati's real? We gotta at least stream and gaming because Grand Theft Auto's coming.
Why didn't Lamar Odom answer the question? Right? Why didn't he say anything? Right? Why did he brush him off and act like he didn't hear what he said? Right? You know why. You know why. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what the hell is going on over there, but you shouldn't be asking questions like that because it really doesn't matter. Shut up! Lamar Odom is down with HW. He's under. He can't say anything. The other guy should have never asked him that. He knew he wasn't going to get an answer. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game. I got you. Know what time is it? Shut up! But I tell you one thing. If anybody ever asks me a question like that, I'm going to say, what does that have to do with you in your life, bro? Worry about yourself.
Okay, so apparently I'm talking absolute nonsense when I say that football is rigged. Well, take a look at this.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. This is the ball used at the World Cup, but it's not just any ball. It's pretty high tech and can really swing a match one way or the other. The ball is fitted with a small inertial measurement unit sensor that operates at around 500 hertz and captures data 500 times per second.
And it's not just the ball, it's the boots as well. Check this out. Modern football boots have evolved far beyond leather. Today's designs integrate advanced tech to maximize performance. Innovation range from robotic engineered uppers and responses, air zoom, cushioning, AI, performance tracking. So yeah, call me crazy all you want, but we've got smart balls, AI tracking, smart boots, sensor technology, automated decision making, billions being poured into analysing every single movement on that pitch. Yeah, I'm supposed to believe that it's just a simple game. I mean, you know, maybe it is, but maybe it's become like part of a multi-billion-pound machine that's designed to capture attention, shape emotions, keep people invested, keep billions of people focused on the same thing at the exact same time. I'll let you decide, but I'll just be over here, beautiful people, being that crazy conspiracy theorist, and I'll always be as fictional as a dinosaur, baby.
They did the same thing. They wanted Nelly's daughters or his sons. Nelly didn't want to give up none of his sons or daughter, but he gave up his bodyguard. And if y'all want to Google that, it didn't make headlines, but we knew in the Lou what was happening. Nelly's bodyguard got shot in the head, but that was a sacrifice. Nelly sacrificed his bodyguard, and his bodyguard was like family. See what I'm saying?
I think about it, I replay. I can't take it, I can't shake it, though. I can't wait to see. Wanna see if you still got that knock in your right. You had for me, beats for we said I feel bad. Okay, I want you to stand right here. Only I can't shake it,
It's weird.
Can we see? It's a shame to me.
How do you feel about Eminem? I don't play with candy, you know what I'm saying? I eat M&Ms flat out, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Nelly, tell Angelina Jolie I'm ready with petroleum jelly to smear it all over me belly. And tell her she can hit me on me more with me celly and meat in the salami section of the grocery deli. And maybe we can find us an appropriate telly, a Motel 6 or 8, I think they both could be helly. Then I quit it, then I told her email me and don't call me, I'll call you. Can you feel me? You can smell me? Animal instinct, cannibalistic. Yeah. I just ran out of lipstick. Man, I'm a twisted, sick, sadistic, son of a 666. Broke his crucifix made out of sticks, then fixed it. Now play it backwards, muscle relaxers mixed with liquid. Delighted it's diluted for quick fix. You're delusional, illusions look realistic.
Wait for it. Oh my god. I apologize for the jump scare, but also I don't because I like scaring people as well as myself. This is Rosie the Shark. We've talked about her a few times on this account, but I have some things to clear up because a lot of people have questions. Yes, Rosie the Shark is the one that was found at Wildlife Wonderland at the abandoned Sea Life Center in a vat of formaldehyde. That is Rosie.
I did not think this story was true, and I had to look it up, and it is 100% true, which blew my mind.
This is not submechanophobia. That is a real shark that was captured in 1997 and was left in that vat of formaldehyde at an abandoned Sea Life Center to rot. Some dudes just happened upon this place for urban exploration and found that in a... I would die if I came across this thing in an abandoned area. Rosie is a real shark, y'all. People keep asking me if she's fake. No, guys, she's real. People literally have asked me, how is she eating if she's been left for that long? Bro, she gone. Crystal World Expedition came and got her from the abandoned place and took her into this own little museum and have her on display for other people to see and appreciate for what she really is. So that video from the beginning was her in her new tank being well taken care of and being appreciated for being a captured great white shark, which is extremely rare. She's about 16 feet long and she's in her own little tank being appreciated as her body is on display. I hope that makes sense now. I'm sorry for being disrespectful to Rosie, for being scary, but she's scary. Yeah, how would you feel if you were doing urban exploration and only had a flashlight and were looking around and you saw this monstrosity in the dark? My soul would leave every orifice I've ever had at the same time simultaneously.
Anything in my life. I mean, if you read the book, you'll be like, transitioning from Disney to this was easy. I don't know. Getting from your 6 to your 14 seems like way harder circumstances, or being physically abused all the time seems like a much more difficult situation than have paparazzi following you since you were 12. I don't know. I was still being when paparazzi were still following me. So it's pretty hard in my mind to think about these big flashlight photographs and everyone thinking they know me and talking about me, but having no idea the type of mistreatment that I was still dealing with at that time, that everyone around me saw and did nothing. So I don't know. You tell me what's so hard, because that to me, way harder than any other of this other shit that I do on a daily basis.
Ever since CERN shut down on June 29th, 2026, shit has not been the same. Tell me I'm not tripping. You can call me crazy all you want, but a lot of people have been saying the same thing I've been thinking. Time feel like it's moving twice as fast. Monday turns to Friday before you even know it. Everything just feel weird. Everything feel off. People keep talking about they having weird ass deja vus, weird ass dreams. They keep looking at the clock and noticing the same time every time they look at the clock. And they're not doing it on purpose. It's crazy, fool. I'm not saying everybody is experiencing this, but I'm saying there's a lot of people experiencing this. The reality that they're feeling, they like, nah, something is off, bruh. You got people talking about their pets is doing shit they never did before. You got people recording birds doing shit that they never done before, flying in patterns they never done before. You see animals in places you never seen before. We all know how it was when they powered the joint up. But now we're experiencing how it feel when they power the joint down. You cannot ignore this, bruh. It's not like a couple thousand people feeling this same way. You got millions of people feeling this. My whole question is, why are they really shutting this shit down for 4 years? Did they f something up? Did they open a portal that they didn't want open? Somebody explain, bruh. And let me know if you've been feeling weird and what you've been feeling down below in the comments.
Yeah, I really don't know when it comes to CERN. I think they have an effect on a bunch of different things that affect our reality. But I'm going to wrap this one up for the day. If you guys made it to the end, I appreciate you very much, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Peace.